Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Monday, November 9th, 2020, first day of the new trading week, last hour of the trading day, and what a day it is, my gosh. Thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. It's always nice to see everyone. I'm very grateful that we have this group and that we can all chat here and talk about the market and talk about different ideas and hear great poems. So thank you all for coming. I really look forward to this time of the day. Currently, the Dow is up 1,261 points, up 4.44%. The NASDAQ, ironically, is only up 7 points, up 0.07%. And the S&P is up a healthy 95 points, up 2.72% today. So we had some news about a vaccine trial that from Pfizer that seems to have gone very well. I woke up this morning, I looked at my phone, and I thought I was still dreaming. I could not believe. I think the Dow was up 1,700 points, if I remember correctly, the futures. So, wow, what a day. So look, this is what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. I also did have a couple day trades today that I'm going to share with you as well. Then we are going to we are going to take a look at the board, and boy, there are some monster trades over there today. So I guess that's show and tell time. We're going to show and tell about our current trades. We will take a look at those. Wow, I'm still blown away. I'm just still blown away by today. After that, we are going to talk about trader psychology, spend a few minutes talking about the importance of trader psychology, talking about the importance of creating a plan, following the plan, and that your number one skill that you need to develop in trading and what's going to be most valuable for you and the most profitable for you is your mindset and your trading psychology. So I like to spend a few minutes on that. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I've taken a look at some potential end of day trades. I've looked at the results of Kamal Scanner. We're going to go through those. I have 3 requirements whenever I look to enter a new trade. The first, is there a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up ideally on multiple time frames? I like when I see an indicator or a trigger, I look at those as a group of buyers, and you're going to put yourself in the best position to have a profitable trade if you're within the company of as many other buyers as possible. Secondly, if you do have a good confluence of indicators, you still have a requirement that you need to have a good risk to reward ratio based upon support below you and based upon resistance, likely resistance above you. So you have to do the math. Can I make 2 times or more to the upside than I can to the downside? And then number 3, always important, I talk a lot about correlation and trying to diversify in your holdings as much as you can, having uncorrelated positions. That's, in my opinion, it's very important. And also your account heat. How much account heat do you have? Or in other words, what percentage of your capital is at work in a position? Because any position you have is definitely at risk. So we're going to go down through the watch list. I'm going to try to narrow it down using those 3 requirements, and if I find something at the end of the day that looks good, I will go ahead and place the trade. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer or clarify. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the market closes, please put them in the chat. Put an asterisk or emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my very best to take a look at that chart and give you my opinion before the end of the day. And then lastly, if you have any new entries or exits today, if you could please wait till the end of the day so the market's closed, and then the pressure's off, I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and we'll spend as much time as it takes to get that taken care of. All right, so that's the plan. If you could hold tight, I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, well, let's see who is here today. Steve Burns. Great to see you, Steve. Always nice to have you here, sir. I always appreciate you being here. I know everyone else appreciates you being here, and so thank you so much. I hope you're doing well today, Holly and the dogs. Steve says, what a day to remember. Boy, I would say. I did not see this coming. I don't know if anybody else did. David is here. Hi, Greg and group. Hey, Dave. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. And had a good weekend. Steve says, my remaining positions from entry, SPXL, FAS, Amazon Qs, IWB, and SPY. Remaining positions. Oh, my UGL and AGQ positions hit my emergency intraday stop loss earlier this morning. First time I have ever had 2 emergency stops hit in one day. Yep. Yeah. So I think, Steve, I think your emergency stop's 10%, if I'm correct, right? Okay, I will note that when we go over there on the board. Talal is here. Hey, Talal, good to see you. Hope you're having a nice evening there in Kuwait. Thanks for coming. Jackson, good morning. Good to see you, my friend. That's our friend Jackson from Australia. Good to see you, my friend. Ava. Hi, Ava. Nice to see you. Hi, all. Yes, Steve, an interesting day for sure. Market is a great teacher for being present and embracing the flow. Well said, Ava. Gary says, hello, Greg and group. Gary has a monster trade that we're going to be looking at here shortly. Unbelievable. He and Johan. Quad says, happy Monday, Greg and group. Hey, good to see you, Quad. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Nice chatting with you earlier. Gary says, HA is unbelievable. It is, and that's what I was talking about. And so we are going to look at that in a second. Jackson says, I only found out yesterday who won the president-elect, so I haven't really been looking. How are you all feeling about this? Well, I'm sure some people are happy, some people are sad, but if you're asking me, I really am not too political. So it is what it is. Bob says, hello, everyone. Good to see you, Bob. Frank says, still spinning, and I don't mean poems. Yes. Jatin is here. Hello, Jatin. Nice to see you. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to you, sir, as well. Suburb day. Steve says, XLE chart is insane. That's energy. We will look at that. Kamal is here. Hey, Kamal. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for everything that you do for the channel, and nice chatting with you today. Steve says, yep, 10% emergency stop. Okay, Dan gives a peace sign. Jesse is here. Hey, buddy. Hi, Greg and group. Fantastic gap on your SPY trade, G. You know, it was a record. It was a record for the SPY trade. Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate that. And by the way, Ranger_trader. That's Jesse's Twitter channel. It's a great channel. I would suggest zipping over there and subscribing. Jackson says, Kamal, did you do the SPY? Brian says, hey, everyone, I can't stay long, but I look forward to hearing the choices of trades in this crazy day. Interested in learning if anyone has the itch to chase or just take a chance on any laggards. Yeah, that's a really good question about what's going on today. It's such a big move, and there's, you know, volatility and all sorts of stuff. It's a very good question. Johan is here. Johan and Gary have HA today, which is unbelievable. We're going to take a look at that. Happy for you guys. Bunch of you had some really good trades. Steve had some good trades. Kamal had some good trades. Kamal says, MJ, only for that one day. No SPY trade for me. Frank has a poem for us. Oh, this ought to be a good one. Let's see here. right. This is Jeopardy! The answer is profits. How you get there is a question wrapped in a time frame you could call a session. Obey the rules, trading is no game, but old Jeopardy without Alex won't be the same. Oh boy, that's true. That's 100% true. Let's try that one more time. This is Jeopardy! The answer is profits. How you get there is a question wrapped in a time frame you could call a session. Obey the rules, trading is no game, but old Jeopardy without Alex won't be the same. Well, I'm sure he appreciates that, Frank, doing a little homage to him in the chat today. And yes, he will definitely be missed. Still can hardly believe it. Jadon says, money literally changed hands from NASDAQ to Dow Jones, totally opposite charts. Yeah, there's a big sector rotation for sure. Gary said, Frank, you are not only an amazing poet, but super timely. I 100% agree. All right, let's get down to it. Speaking of the SPY, happy to announce that I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight, take the overnight risk, and I sell it first thing the next morning. This is based upon a long-term backtested study from Liz Ann Saunders. She's at Bespoke Invest on Twitter. Since 1993, two approaches. First approach, buy the SPY at the open, hold it during the day, sell it at the close. If you did this, if you use this approach every day since 1993, you'd have returned a negative 13.9% return for all your troubles. The second is the approach that I use, buy the SPY at the close, hold it overnight, or hold it over the weekend in this case, sell first thing the next morning. This gained a positive 634.2% return. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. It doesn't mean it's going to work in the future. Just because it has in the past, it doesn't mean that. But if I'm going to allocate money towards something, it's going to be something with good backtested results. Blue line, buy the close, sell the next morning. Orange line, buy the open, sell the same day close. You can see over time, all this has done is gone up. Doesn't mean it's going to in the future, but it has done very, very well. There's big long streaks to it. There's pullbacks. There's drawdowns. Another big down. So you never know. This can go on for a long time. So if you're considering using this approach, I would use something very conservative, maybe like a 5% position size. Buy it. If you had $100,000, 5%'s $5,000. Buy $5,000 at the close, sell it first thing the next morning, and hope it's a little bit more than 5%. But there will be days where you get crunched too. I can promise you that. So this is an all-time record for the overnight SPY trade for me. I did buy this Friday at 350.16, and I almost got literally the high at 364.34. So that's 14 plus points to the upside overnight. Unreal. Just unreal. I'm very grateful for that. This almost put me even for this year. In fact, it may have. I haven't done the numbers, but it's very close to putting me completely even on the year, which if you would have told me I'd have been even on this back in February and March, I would have thought, no way. But yeah, there we go. If I would have not skipped the election gap, definitely would have been positive. But I may still be. I'm going to have to go in my records and put them in there. I haven't really added it up. So again, very happy for that. I will be buying that again today at the close. Now, Steve also bought the 1050 EMA at 349.85. It is now 359.71. So if we come over here, this was the crossover, the 1050 EMA crossover. Steve bought right here, had a little up day on Friday and a huge day up today. So S&P is working out pretty well for both of us. KMX. Boy, this has been a great trade for me on KMX. I bought KMX back here at $89 with the nice sidewards motion, close above the 200-day, and it has just skyrocketed. Of course, every time it moves up, I take profits, partial profits. Hit 3 profit targets here at the open because it gapped so high. And then I added another 1, 2, 3 on top of that. So 6 profit targets total on CarMax today. I am going to get out of this today. I don't like this bar. I've scaled out of so much. It's been such a great trade. From entry to current price, 8.62%. But of course, I didn't make all that because I phased out. But on the other hand, I phased out here higher than it is now. But nonetheless, fantastic trade. I'm going to get out of this. Gary is also long, but he sold calls for 235 at $90. So it is now above $90. So he capped the gain at $90 because he sold it at $90. So, but he's come back. He'll be able to keep the premium for selling, which is $235 per contract. Oh, and he sold half here. Berkshire Hathaway has been another fantastic trade. Dave and I bought this back here at 201.42, under 30, over 30, under the 200, over the 200. I bought it 201.42. Of course, as it moved up, I started to take profits. I got out of half the position here because it was the day before the election. I got out of another half of a half here because it closed below the previous day's low. So I only had a quarter left, but I'm very happy to have it. I hit 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 profit targets on this. I'm running out of shares. I'm almost out of shares. So I am also going to be locking in profits on this, but it just goes to show you, I was risking from here to here, but look at this gain. I mean, that's up 10.5%. So I will be closing out Berkshire Hathaway today. MasterCard. Also a nice trade. Bought this here at 307.24 with just a nice basic close back above the 200-day moving average. Bought it at 307.24. It is now 347.42, almost up 40 points for my entry. You can see I just took a ton of profit targets up here. I didn't sell half of this one because it happened after the election, up 10.79% today. This is a monster. I am also going to sell this. I'm not being greedy about this. This was a huge, huge windfall. From entry to current price is 11.5%. So I am going to be taking this off today. So actually, I'm taking everything off today. I'm taking CarMax off. I'm taking Berkshire off. I'm taking MasterCard off. Now, Amazon here. Let me show you the Amazon day trade first so I can clear up some lines, and then I'll show you the regular swing trade. So I did buy Amazon this morning here with a V2, a higher low V2. Here's day 1, 2, 3, day 2 washes out day 1. I bought at the close 322.22 even. It moved up nice. It moved up nicely. I sold I sold half at 32.64. Then I had another big up bar. I sold it at 32.87. So I sold half here, another half of a half here, left me a quarter, but then it came down to my entry point. So profit here, profit there, that was break even. So 32.22, got out a half at 32.64, got out a half at 32.87. So that was the day trade. Unfortunately, this has not worked out as well as the other because, sorry, let me clean this up here. Okay, now let me go to the day. Now, I did have a swing trade on Amazon that did not do so well. Steve Burns and I and Gary did buy Amazon here at the close with the 1030 EMA crossover. If we come over here, you can see this was the trigger on the trade, the 1030 EMA crossover, but it's down today because of the sector rotation. It's down 3.18%. If this does close below both the 10 and the 50 today, I will sell half of my position. That is my, what should I say? I'm being proactive. If it closes below both moving averages, it is not a good sign. I'll hold the other half until the 10 actually closes under. So this is down 3.27% today. So all good trades except for that one. And then I did have one trade on the Qs today, a day trade here, small loss. We came down, we had a V1, we rejected the -1 ATR channel, and then I got out the very next bar. So I got in at 294.87, got out at 294.42. So lost 40 something cents on that. So that's it. Huge day, fantastic day. Very, very happy for that. And since we're talking about Apple, Steve bought Apple. Let's see. With the 1050 EMA cross. Do I have that right? Oh no, these are the Qs. These are the Qs. Yes. Steve bought Apple with the 1050 cross here at 287.05. And now it is 292.61. So nicely up on the trade, a little down on the day. And it looks like Johan had that, and Frank has a half a position also from, I think, 284.60, if I'm correct on that. Hope I am. Apple, Steve Frank has a trade on Apple from 111. He sold his position, I think 90% of his position, but he kept the 10% runner, and good thing he did, because it's up pretty dang strong since that 111. Actually, Apple is down today, unfortunately. Let me take a look here. Okay. JMIA. Frank bought JMIA, a half position Friday at $18.76. And this is down 12.67% today. Bummer, but you know, looking at the glass half full, at least it was a half position. But yeah, that's a bummer. I don't know what this company does or why it's down, but that is definitely unfortunate. It looks like earnings may be tomorrow. JDXJ, Yas bought JDXJ at 53.20. He had a huge big run up, but because this is gold miners, is down today 5.85%, but he's still up nicely on the trade. TQQQ, Gary bought Qs, the TQs here at 139.11. Moved down, but he did sell some calls against it, which helps if it keeps going down. He sold the 131 calls. It's now 148.50. So it capped his profit there, but he was able to come back a little bit on the stock, and he also gets to keep $1,120 for the calls. Intel, Gary also sold puts on Intel. He sold the 45.40 put spreads. So by November 20th, if Intel closes above $45, he will be able to keep all the money. And right now it is above, so it has intrinsic value at $46.34. CME, Kamal. Look at this, everybody. Kamal bought CME at 150.60 on Friday. It is up 8.63% today. He got out of the full position there at 162. So very nice trade there. PLTR, David has had a monster trade. He bought PLTR back here at $9.43. He sold half here on this big move up. I think he sold another half of a half at $13.70, and it is up another 6.87%. So I believe he has a quarter position left, but I'm not 100% sure. IWB. Steve bought IWB at 192.73 on the 1050 EMA cross. So we bought it at 192.73. It is 200.93, up 2.24%. Let me check the RSI there for you, Steve, and see It looks like it got to about almost 69 RSI. SPY, okay, we already talked about Steve SPY that he bought at 349.85 with the 1050 EMA cross. It is up 2.3% today, so nicely up on the trade. AGQ, okay, so this is the one that Steve talked about. He took the 520 cross on AGQ, 48.76, but he did hit a 10% emergency stop. You know, we usually wait till the end of the day, but if we hit an emergency stop, even if it's in the first few minutes of the day, then we have to get out. So unfortunately, Steve had to go through that, but I'm sure when it was down here that he was glad that he got out here. So that's unfortunate. But look at this, everybody. Steve took a position in FAS at $39 even. It is up, it's $48. It's up 25.85% today. So that helps take care of the loss in gold and silver. Wow, what a trade, Steve. It's 74.50 RSI. That's unreal. UGL, okay, was the 520 crossover on UGL, and again, this, you know, it started here and then just collapsed with the news from Pfizer today, and Steve did take a 10% emergency loss on this as well. SPXL, Steve bought XPXL, which is triple leverage SPY. He bought it at 59.20. It is 63.25. It is up 6.92% today. Let's check the RSI level. It got to about 69 as well, Steve, but up 6.93%, which is amazing. Okay, this is the one I was talking about, everybody. Johan and Gary on Thursday bought HA at 14.29. It is up 47.8% today. Can you believe this? 47.8. My gosh, Johan, you have done really, really well on Hawaiian Holdings. You bought it over here, up here. This is massive. So congratulations to Johan and Gary. Levi, Johan bought Levi at $16.12 on Thursday. It is $16.67. It's up 7.13%. So beautiful trade there, Johan. And then lastly, Ava, iRobot, man, bought this at $83.90. It moved up nicely on Friday, but just collapsed today with all the tech down 11.71. So wow, some monster moves to the upside, some monster moves to the downside. It's just insane. It's just unbelievably insane. Let's see. Okay, Ranger said, Talal says, Frank, Steve says, I told Holly this morning, first thing, what a SPY trade Greg had. Yes, it was. It was definitely, it was a record. Frank says, thanks, Gary and Ranger and Talal. Steve says, Apple has a 1030 EMA crossover today. Okay, I don't think I saw that. Thank you for pointing that out, Steve. That is good to know. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Jackson says, nice little gap there, G. Thank you. Steve says, don't forget my SPXL trade. I think I went over that, didn't I? Did I or did I not? I thought I did. The 520 EMA crossover bought here at 59.20. And now it's up 7.63%. No, I did go over this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't, I apologize. But yeah, look at that, 7.8% up today. Fantastic, Steve. Yavar, hello everyone. Good to see you. Yavar says, beyond chart is hard to believe. Wow, went way up and way down. Yavar says, what are you doing with Amazon? Well, me personally, I'm going to be selling half my position on Amazon if it closes today both below the 10 and the 50, because that's what got me into the trade. So if it closes below the 10 and the 50, I will get out of half. Greg, what is the DIA intraday RSI? Let's take a look. Oh, DIA. And what Steve's asking me about here is this what if tool. So I can measure what the RSI was at the high. And the RSI at the high here, Steve, looks like it was 69.79, roughly, right about there. So it did pretty close to rejecting the 70. Disney chart is incredible. I think I looked at that earlier, and I was admonishing myself for not taking the 520 cross on Friday. Oh well. IBB chart is volatile. Yeah, it's up still, but volatile. Steve says, today's charts were some of the craziest I've seen in 28 years. I agree. Steve says, I bought Q's, not Apple. Oh, sorry for messing that up. So yes, I have here Steve with the 1050 EMA crossover, Steve, here at 287.05. Is that correct? I'm buying Apple today if it holds the cross. Okay. Ava says, out of IRBT for a profit. Woo, took half off Friday. Oh, good. Gary says, TQ is gone. The options were executed Friday. Okay. Steve said, you did cover SPXL. That 70 RSI zone is crazy accurate for resistance. It is. It for sure is. Okay. So, lot to get through today. Hey, I wanted to show you guys something. I woke up this morning and the market was so crazy, and I looked at my P&L, and this is what it showed. $1,078,939. Now, before we all get too excited, this is not correct. But can you imagine when I looked at the screen and I saw this? There was an issue with Schwab, delayed in the orders, and I don't know. I was coming up with all sorts of ideas in my head. Did I buy 1,000 shares of Amazon accidentally? I wasn't sure, because I would trade. I would try to sell stuff and it wouldn't update in my account. So anyway, I don't know if I'm ever going to see $1 million day change, so I took a snapshot of it. But again, this is not correct, but it was kind of fun, and I want to show that to you. Okay. Look, we have a lot to get through, but before we do, let's switch gears and talk a little bit about trader psychology, okay? Most important part of trading, most important skill you can develop by far. This is from Michael Lamoth over on Twitter, and I apologize, Michael, if I pronounced your name incorrectly. He's at Michael G. Lamothe, Lamothe. He has a really good channel. I read his posts all the time, and let's see what Mike has to say. How pros survive. Hedge funds, mutual funds, pension. That's the big shark. The kind of middle fish are pro traders. This should be us. And amateur traders are the little fish that everybody eats. This is why 90% of amateur traders eventually get eaten by the sharks. They do everything they can to predict where prices are headed. They try to analyze all of the risk away. It's a fool's errand that many traders, myself included, have learned the hard way. Myself included as well, Michael. But, the takeaway here, everyone is, you can't analyze the risk away. You don't know the future. We don't know if things are going to continue up for another 2 weeks in a row. We don't know if this is going to be the top. This could be the entire top of the market. Who knows, right? But the only thing we can do, in my opinion, and I'm sure in Steve's opinion as well, is follow price action. Take our signals when we get them based upon our technicals, pull the slot machine handle on the trade. Something's going to happen. If it goes against us, we get out quickly. If it goes for us, we keep it and we manage the trade going forward. But, he's 100% right. He's 100% right. The large mutual funds and pensions and us, the pro traders, we eat the little amateurs because they don't have a trading plan, right? The amateurs do everything they can to predict the price, where prices are headed, which is impossible, then try to analyze all the risk away. It's a fool's errand that many traders, myself included, have learned the hard way. So, I talk about this almost every day in one way or another. But again, price action trading, in my opinion, is the way to go. Just look for your setup, be patient, position size correctly, take your spot or take your position, and pull the handle on the trade, and it's either going to win or it's going to lose. And if it's going to lose, we get out quickly. If it wins, then hopefully we can stay in and manage the trade correctly. Okay, so let me put Apple. Okay, so Steve was talking about sorry everybody, let me see if I can find this. Oh yeah, 1030 EMA, okay. 1030 SMA, 1030 SMA. Here we can go over to VIX for that. Okay, there's the 1030. There's the 1030 EMA cross. It did happen today. It's in the value zone. So I 100% agree with Steve. I like that trade a lot. It's Apple, which means a lot. And let me just quickly see what 7.93. Okay. Okay. I think that is correct there. Okay, so yeah, I do like Apple with that 1030 EMA cross if the crossover holds, and it does look like it is holding right here. I'm still blown away by Hawaiian Airlines. I have to say, I am absolutely blown away by Hawaiian Airlines. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Gary says, Greg, I guess I never updated you, but I am long Apple 108. Oh, are you? All right. Well, let's put it on here then. Gary, long Apple 108. Fantastic, Gary. Beautiful, beautiful, my friend. Gary said, just took HA off the board. Okay. Gary, remind me at the end of the day, would you, bud? Remind me at the end. I don't blame you. 50% move. I think I would be happy with that. That's unbelievable. That means if Gary took a 10% position size as an account, it's up 50%. That means he made a 5% overall gain in his total account just on this one trade. Now, whether he used 10%, I don't know, but unreal. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. All right. Let's take a look here. So we talked about Apple with the 1030 EMA crossover. I do like that. EA is also here. I don't really, it looks like this went under 30, I would imagine, if we go all the way back here. Yeah, it got under 30 and over 30, but that 30 is way down there now. I just don't think it has a good risk to reward. LCTX. Nice little move off the bottom here. I don't see anything that just jumps out and grabs me and tells me that I want to buy this though. UUP, this is the dollar. So dollar had a big strong rally off the bottom, huge move actually. Would I want to buy this? No. It went over the third ATR channel, had a big move up, but this just big move here offers lots of, just noise in between this bar. So I just don't think the risk to reward is going to be that great on this. ATVI. Big bounce off the 200-day and the negative third ATR channel, but no, I don't see anything here. It just doesn't offer a good risk to reward ratio here at these levels at all. WEX, wow, up 25%. Look at this monster, but it's too big. It's gone too far. Late to the party in my opinion. It could keep going up, but this is just not my kind of trade. WAB, wow, really got sold in here at the top. See, if I were to chase something like WEX, this is, okay, so look at WEX, it's at the high of its bar, but look what happened to WAB, same thing, and it came right back down. That's why I don't want to chase those big bars like that, because this could easily happen to WEX as well. SKX, Skechers, big nice move up today. This is very bullish move, probably for the long term, but for the shorter term and for a trading standpoint, that just doesn't seem like it's something I'm interested in. Again, it just seems overextended at the moment. Clean energy fuels. I had that big gap, came all the way back down, still has the big gap. So with that big gap, it just still doesn't allow me. That's just one of my filters. Does not allow me to buy this because of this huge old gap, unfortunately. NBIX, very big, strong move. Got denied right at the halfway move of the down bar. See the down bar? We got right to about halfway. I don't know if it has earnings this morning or afternoon, but no, I'm not going to get involved with that. Oil, big day here. Holy camole. Look at that, everybody. Big, huge, monster gap. Rejected right at the 100-day moving average, but I just don't see anything here. MYLN, Mylan, V2, but just too big of a gap. Philip Morris, V2, but again has too large of a gap. I like what Philip Morris has done here, but I'd like to see it move into the value zone, have a couple days back down, and then have a V1 or a V2. So I don't see anything on Philip Morris. Intel ran right into that 20-day moving average, and that was it, but it is still up 1.72%. HQY, wow, up 22.51%. Holy smokes. But again, just too far extended for me to get interested in that. RHI, these things just never stop. 20.35%. That's unreal. That is unreal, but again, just too far extended. And HA, okay, so Gary took off half. And I'll just note that here. Took off 1/2. Done and done. What a trade, Gary. Man, I mean, I can't remember if I did have a 50% move earlier in the year on Boeing, I believe. Yeah, it was Boeing. But that took like a month and a half to do. Gary did it in 1 day. Oh, 2 days. 2 days. All right. So as I discussed, I was fortunate enough to get just the high on that SPY trade. I will be buying it again today. KMX, I am taking this entire trade off the board. This was a monster trade, big reversal, lots of profit targets, no reason to keep it. Berkshire Hathaway, this was a monster trade here. I hit tons of profit targets up there today. I'm taking that one off the board. MasterCard, I am also taking MasterCard off the board. This is just the monster trade. Now, Amazon is the one that I'm going to have to make a decision on. And right now, it looks like it is going to close below both the 10 and the 50. Let's see, or the 10 and the 30. 320.01. So the 10 is still above the 50, the 30. So if it closes under, I'll take the whole position off. But as it is here right this second, I will take 1/2 off as a precautionary measure. And then with Apple, if that crossover holds, I will buy it. I like that. You know, taking a trade on a down day on a moving average crossover sometimes gives you a nice little head start. Who knows if it will? I don't know. Okay. Oh, the other one I was just a tad interested in today is VIX. Under 30, over 30. So that is another one I am considering. Let me take a look here real quick. 1921, okay. Yeah, I'm also considering buying VIX because of the under 30, over 30, and the potential. You know, we've come back down so far. We've kind of come back down to that support level. If I'm wrong, I don't think I'm going to be wrong that much because we're back at support, and I think the majority of the move has come here. I could be wrong, but I am going to buy VIX as well, just for a little bit of an offset with the under 30 and the over 30. So I'm just going to wait till the end of the day to do that. But looks like Apple, and it looks like VIX for me today. And I'm taking CarMax, Berkshire, MA, Amazon, half, possibly all off. So let me get to work here and get rid of some of these current positions. So I did sell CarMax. I just took that off. And just another, reason why I love profit targets, because I hit them so much higher, right? You got to feel good about that. So I took CarMax off. I took Berkshire Hathaway off. And I took MasterCard off as well. And I need to sell half of my Amazon here. Dang it. I think my trading platform, oh no, it's alive. All right, good. Yeah, and I'm going to sell half my Amazon. And is it going to close under? Ooh, it might. I may have to sell the entire position, so I'm just going to have to wait till the end then to do that. 31.99.14 to 31.98.73. Quad says, I remember a week ago wanting to short VIX. Might not have been so bad. It definitely would have not been bad. Steve says, I exited these positions for profits today due to overbought RSI levels near the 70s. So Steve got out of fast for 23.14%. Congratulations. What a great trade. SPXL, he got out for plus 7.09. IWB, he got out with 4.09. And SPY with 2.5%. Steve says, I'm long Apple here at 117.79 on the 1030 EMA crossover. Yep, and I will be buying that one as well. Let's see, did I see Amazon on there? No. All right, so we have about 4 minutes. $18.4, $19, $18.30. Oh, I gotta look over here. Ooh, lots of stuff to look at right now. $19.21. Okay. Let me write that down. $19.21. 500. Okay, so. $19.70. And it looks like Amazon, right now it looks like I'm going to have to sell the entire position of Amazon. Wow, wow, wow. Yep, the 10 is under the 30. And I don't know if the Apple's going to hold. I think it will. All right, so I just bought my VIX. And I'm going to buy my Apple. Right here. Buying Apple right there. And it looks very likely that I'm going to have to get out of Amazon. Yeah. That's all right. So I am exiting my Amazon with the 1030 EMA cross under and exiting it over here as well. All right, done and done. Quad says, not sure if I want to take Apple as it dipped almost $1. I don't blame you. Gary says, Greg, what are the 1030 EMA crossover numbers on Apple? Big dip at the end of the day. I will look at those in a minute. I'm not going to have time to pull that up right this second. Ramble, Ron, what's happening, Ramble? I got in VIX as well. Steve says, I exited Amazon for a 4.74% loss on the 1030 cross under. I exited Qs due to the bearish engulfing candle for a 0.79% gain. All right, 30 seconds to go. Okay, that's it. So let's see where I bought everything here. I bought SPY at 354.56. I bought Apple at 116.58. And I bought VIX at 1991. Okay. So, VIX. All right, we got a little early. That was good. 1991. Look at SPY. Look how much that gave back. Holy camole. Wow. All right, so the new SPY trade is at 354.56. And Apple trade at 116.58. Okay, so we have a lot of housekeeping to do here. So going to get to it. Before I do, just want to remind everybody that I do teach and offer private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I do a good job with it. I've had really good success with my clients. I've been trading for almost 25 years. I've studied one-on-one with some really great traders and mentors and teachers, authors like Stephen Burns, Dr. Alexander Elder, Kerry Lavorne, Larry Williams. In the course that I teach, I incorporate everything I've learned from each one of these great traders. The course is a total of 15 hours, 5 sessions, each session's 3 hours. So if you are interested in taking this class and taking this one-on-one course with me in the evening time via Skype, I think you're going to like it. I know you're going to be a better trader when you're done with it. And so, just send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. And if you do, just say, hey, Greg, interested in possibly having a Skype call with you for the lessons. I'll reply, say, great, let's set it up. Just want to make sure everyone knows it's not a sales call. I'm not going to put you on the spot or even ask you if you want to take the class when we're done with the call. I just want to get to know you a little bit better, understand your trading, how long you've been trading, your challenges, and then it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And then when we're done, I'll say, hey, nice talking to you. Think about it. If you want to take the lessons, then just let me know. All right, so that's that. And then if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps build the channel, helps keep the channel around. And so if there was, if it's been helpful to you, if you find it valuable, I would really appreciate it if you could just take a couple seconds and hit that thumbs up button before you click out of here and get on with your day. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to have to go up here. Okay, so Steve sold fast. Very nice trade, Steve. Beautiful. I know he sold AGQ. So we'll get rid of that one. And we will also get rid of this one. UGL. Okay, SPLX, that one is off the board as well for Steve. Nice trade there. IWB is also off the board. Nice trade there, Steve. And SPY. All right, so we're going to take Steve off of the SPY as well. There and there. Oh, we're going to have to put that one over there. And then, now I know somebody else told me, oh, I think it was Ava. Let me find Ava. Ava, where are you? I know you said something earlier. Now I can't even find her. Oh, out of IRBT for a profit. Oh, thank goodness. Gary says TQ is gone. Okay. Wow, we're really cleaning house here today, aren't we? We're just a microcosm of the market of cleaning, of everybody cleaning house. Okay, and I updated Gary and Apple, right? 108, yes. Took off half of HA. Roger that. Okay, Steve is long Apple at, all right, so Steve, long Apple, 117.79. Okay. Kamal, no trades today. Excellent. Good trading, Kamal. Ramble says you got into VIX at 1939. Where did my VIX go? Oh, here it is. Okay. So Ramble. Good to see you, Ramble Ron. Oh, don't you dare. Okay, hold on. I'm going to give it a second. It's acting like it wants to freeze up. I am not having this. $19.39. Okay. Okay, Steve exited Amazon. I did as well. Exited the Qs also. Okay, so Steve is out of the Qs. Gary is out of Amazon also. All right, everybody's out of Amazon. And let me put over here on Steve, well, for all of us here, 1030 EMA cross. Wow, I can't believe the Qs are down $6. My gosh, they were hanging in there. Last time I saw them, they were down 2. You know what? This could have been the top of the market. I'm not saying it is, but it could be. I mean, this was such a huge sell-off from when we were up so much. I mean, don't misunderstand. I'm not saying it is, but it could be. It could be. It had a double top here, rejection, big bearish engulfing bar to the downside. I would not be surprised. Kamal's out of CME. Yep, I got you out of that. Steve, all you have is Apple now, right? Steve says, what a day, craziness. Johan is out of the Qs. Johan, what did you do with your Hawaiian airline? And plus Apple. Quad says, Greg, I'm in VIX and Apple. Okay. Quad says, thumbs up to the live stream as always. Thank you, Quad. Johan says, HA, only have remaining 25% position. Okay. Took off 3/4. Up 50.91%. That's unreal. Ramble says, long time. How's everyone doing? Doing great, Ramble. How are you? Johan says, likewise, at Gary, and thanks, Kamal. Didn't see that coming. I have to say LOL. Yeah, that was from Kamal Scanner. Well, let's take a look, see what's happening after hours here. Apple is unchanged. SPY is unchanged. VIX is unchanged. Everything's just unchanged. So, I have VIX. Of course, I have the overnight SPY trade. KMX, I am done with KMX. That was a good trade. I am done with BRKB. Oh, I don't know about David though. David, if you're out there, let me know if you're still in BRKB. I'll put this over to the side here. I'm out of MasterCard. So back to a pretty relatively conservative position here of VIX, overnight SPY trade, and Apple. I like that. I like that combo. Wow, what a day. It was a great day. I tell you what, man, I'm definitely happy about that for sure. Frank says, here I go again, holding 10% trail in JIMA. Okay. $10 trailer. Kamal says, nice trading, Gary. Interesting hold on that TQQQ. Bob is an Apple also. Well, we shall see what happens with Apple. It's proper signal. Oh, let's look at the Apple crossover, shall we? For Gary. Let me do this up here. 10/30 EMA, month end, day of cross. All right, here you go. Everybody, I'm using this with permission. YouTube, I am using this with permission from etfreeplay.com. So here you go. Here's the 10/30 EMA crossover. Gary, using the 10/30, 11,652.6% return, buy and hold 14,729. So less than buy and hold, but the drawdown is about half of the buy and hold. 81% you would have had to gone through. Unbelievable. Winning percentage 45.8, pretty good. It's about a 3.5 to 1 win to loss ratio. And it triggered today. Gary says, Kamal, sometimes I am my own worst enemy. The TQQQs just happened to work out with a small profit. Thanks. Oh, it did work out with a profit. Fantastic. Gary says, thanks, Craig. You're welcome. I don't know why I don't see anything change in after hours. What's happening here? That's not normal. Whew. That is pretty nasty on Apple though, isn't it? Big bar like that. But gives a pretty good risk to reward ratio for sure, right? Wow, some big ups, some big downs today for sure. So what I have left here is I have David still owning Berkshire. I have Frank with the half position in in the Qs. JMIA, Frank with the trailer. JDXJ, Yas. Levi, I still have Johan. Nice trade, 6%. Intel up a little bit for Gary and his puts. CME. Oh, Kamal's out of CME. PLTR, David. Oh my gosh, this is an unreal. This is a 35% gain entry to current close. Now he took half, so it's not exactly that, but what a trade, my gosh. And HA is the monster trade. Okay. Well, if anybody has any other questions or comments or observations, please let me know. There is snow on the ground here, so I'm going to go for my hike, put on my snow boots, go hiking around, tromping around outside. By the way, if Jackson sent me a message about Unknown Market Wizards, if you have some time, pick that up. It's a great book. I mean, you know, hearing from these traders, the challenges they've gone through, how they've made changes, working on their strength, all sorts of different approaches that they use. But it's very enlightening. How about the guy that started with $2,500? He ran it up to $50 million. Holy smokes. And while you're at it, go out and get Moving Averages 101 second edition as well from Steve. You can get that for a very inexpensive price on Amazon, and it'll probably be the best investment you've ever made. All right. Well, I think that's it then, everybody. Please go out, try to do something nice for somebody today. Just be pleasant, say hi, help them, give them a hand if they need it. I'm sure it will make their day and will probably make yours. And if you could also go out and do something nice for an animal today, that would be extra good. Just extra good. Just give them a walk, bring them a little treat, give them a little cuddle, a little scratch under the chin, or just have a nice, pleasant voice. They really like that. So one nice thing for human, one nice thing for an animal, that would be fantastic. All right. And Johan says, have a great hike, Greg. Don't poke the cougars, and everyone have an awesome rest of your day. And I will. Thank you, Johan, and congratulations on your trade. You and Gary on the big HA trade. That was stellar. How about that word? So, well, be interesting to see what tomorrow brings after a day like today. So, okay, take care, everybody. Talk to you later. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I would really appreciate that on my way out here. Okay? All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.